This video is about often forgotten tips when working with a Filipino VA. I'm going to express a few different ideas here that I've had. I've jotted a couple of things down so we can make sure that we cover everything properly. So the first thing is the heartbeat of culture. By fostering open communication, you're going to get your VA to be a lot better. They're going to be a lot more productive. It's going to be an environment where your VA can thrive, where you're going to also do really great as well, because you're going to have this back and forth where it's just natural and, it works good for everybody. The second thing is the art of communication. So use tools that help you. So for example, I like things like Slack or, tools like that, because you can easily communicate, you can collaborate. If you've got other people in your team as well, you can get a few people in on a channel or create a few channels for different aspects of the business, for example. Navigating time zones. So do this with grace. Remember, your VA is likely going to be in a different time zone to you. If they're here in the Philippines, you're in America, whatever. It's going to be, what is it, like 12 or 13 hour difference. So there's a big chance they're going to be working through the night in what they call the graveyard shift. Now, that's not a problem because it's very, very common here in the Philippines because the outsourcing industry is so big and there's, millions of people employed in it. People are used to it. But if you can allow some flexibility, you can allow your VA to work, in their own time, like 9 to 5 or whatever, Philippine time or flexi hours or whatever, they're going to be very, very appreciative for that because it's going to give them a bit better work-life balance. But as I say, it's not uncommon to work through the night, so don't be worried about it that you're doing some kind of Victorian employer. But yeah, anyway. A fair exchange. So the next thing is, make sure you pay your VA right. Now, the reason a lot of people are hiring a VA in the Philippines is because they're going to save a lot of money, they're going to get a lot of productivity, they're going to hire somebody really good without compromising quality. Now, that's why a lot of you are doing it. But pay a fair wage, pay a fair salary relative to the market. So, for example, don't try and pay the minimum all the time because you're just not going to hire somebody very good. They're going to always be looking for another opportunity, and ultimately you're going to be on this kind of like hamster wheel where you're replacing your VA, which isn't good for business. You want to hire somebody who enjoys the job, they're compensated fairly, and they're going to be with you a long time. Next up, investing in growth. So courses, books, whatever. You want your VA to be upskilling because, a VA who's going to be constantly improving, learning new tricks, new skills that they can apply in your business is going to be a VA that increases the value that they bring to the table. Now, this is good for them. It's good for personal development, personal growth. And it's also really good for you because you're going to, as I say, have a VA who's going to be contributing more, getting more stuff done, which can only be good for business. Next up, celebrating the milestones. So big wins, small wins, they're going to boost morale. You want to, let's say the business does something good and, you've closed a deal or whatever and you got more, whatever it is. It could be anything. But the point is, if the VA has contributed to that, tell them, reward them, maybe even get them something. So you could give them a voucher, you could give them a bonus, sometimes even a non-monetary bonus. So here in the Philippines, you've got Lazada and Shopee and things like that, which are basically like Amazon in Southeast Asia. You could get them like a $20 or $50 gift certificate of SM, which is a big mall chain here in the Philippines. That would be really cool because they're going to appreciate that. It also shows that you value them in terms of the contribution they've brought. Next up, patience paves the way. So patience is important. And when I say patience, so there could be a learning curve for you if you've never hired a VA in the Philippines before, and of course for the VA as well. If they're joining your business, they need to figure out how you want things done, the way you do stuff, the way your business flows. So allow patience at the initial part of the relationship because it's going to take a few days. It might take a week or possibly a couple of weeks to get everything rolling how you want it to. You can fast track this by having really good onboarding in terms of having a nice system in place and onboarding your VA really good. I've done a video actually specifically on that, which is really beneficial. Next up, beyond screen time. So remember, your VA is a human. Your VA is a person. They've got a life outside. They might have kids. They could have, husband. They could have hobbies, interest, all sorts of different things outside of work, like everybody does in the world. So remember that. You're a human as well. So bring that human element to the relationship. It's gonna benefit everybody. So anyway, wrapping things up, I wanted to keep the video relatively short while still covering all the points that I had. And as I mentioned, sometimes I just do these videos off the cuff. This one I have, like usual, but I've also jotted a few notes down to make sure that we covered everything. So I hope the video's been helpful. Remember the tips and strategies, apply them, and hopefully, even if you've hired VAs before, it's a little reminder of some of the stuff that you can do that's going to take the relationship to the next level. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you want me to answer anything specifically. Until next time, bye for now. If you'd like to hire staff and build a team in the Philippines, then go to www.virtualstaff.ph, the Philippines outsourcing marketplace.